Hello YouTube, time to play another Doom Snapmap. Today we're going to be playing Halo, The Pillar of Autumn by SevXof. I'm sorry, I'm probably not pronouncing that right at all. Map description reads, the opening level of Halo Combat Evolved, reimagined in Doom Snapmap, 1 to 4 players, and co-op's working, which is fantastic. So in the spirit of keeping things interesting, I've let Friendly Fire pick out a map, and he's chosen Halo, Pillar of Autumn. What do you got for us, Friendly Fire? Why'd you pick this map?
It just sounds like a really fun map. I was always a big fan of the Halo growing up. I played quite a bit of it, and I'm excited to see a remake of the Pillar of Autumn. Plus, I also was looking at in just the general search queue, and I noticed this map come along, and you know, this seems like about as legit of a map as you're going to find in Snapmap. Up-down vote ratio, not the greatest, but 150,000 plays almost.
Yeah, this could quite possibly be one of the most played maps in all of Snapmap. Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, I want to see what this is, you know, like, especially this guy used 100% memory in making this map. So I'm curious to see what all's in here. It seems to be about as top tier as it gets in terms of being played in Snapmap. So I'm curious to see what is all in this map and to give it a try.
Yeah, I think I have played this map once before, but I've certainly never played it co-op. And it looks like this author is also responsible for making the Mirror's Edge parkour map, which is a pretty interesting map that other people have played. So this is one of those authors that really likes to color outside the lines as far as what he does with Snapmap, which is cool. I mean, I love that people take their own unique ideas and apply them to Snapmap and just sort of, you know, really just use it as a canvas to paint what they want, you know. And that's what he's done here, recreating the first level of Halo. Let's go ahead and check it out.
So I hate to say this, but so we got an unexpected guest.
Yeah, it looks like we do. No, I'm
just
fine.
Roll with it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's just.
Welcome aboard,
Right,
Gear 972. You're going to be in our YouTube playthrough of this map. So if you want to, check out JRcrash reviews on YouTube, and we post reviews of co-op Snapmaps that we've been playing lately. And thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it's the first time that's happened in a while. Somebody's just joined.
Yeah, well, that's cool. The more the merrier.
Yeah, I figure, you know, it only helps, right?
Yeah.
This could be a really hard map for all we know.
And then when we finish the map and we start discussing, you know, 20 minutes worth of what we thought about the map, I'm sure he'll get bored and leave, and that's okay. It would be great if he had his mic turned on, though, because then he could join in.
No, because we're in a private chat. It wouldn't matter.
Oh, we are, aren't we? Oh.
For all we know, he does have his mic in, you know?
Oh, possibly.
Oh, we gotta follow this guy, huh?
Okay, this is the first part. Please step onto the pad. Cycle suit systems. Ooh, and it hurt. Yeah, okay, this is exactly like what happened in the actual game.
Emergency.
I like it. Just getting your... Gonna get systems calibrated, Chief. Oh no! Something's wrong. We came out of hyperspace too quick.
Conditions unsafe.
Damn you, Cortana, and your sloppy navigation skills. You dropped us right in the middle of a Covenant fleet.
Wish I had some ammo.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool though, I like it already.
I know, this is exactly how the game starts out. He's even got like the explosions in the right places too. I love it.
Oh yeah, I bet this guy who made this map played a lot of Halo.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I've played quite a bit of Halo myself, especially the first one. It's my favorite. I must have played it, you know, hundreds of times. Oh, looks like we're on the bridge. Good to see you, Chief. Damn, a boarding party. The ship won't hold. Chief, you need to take Cortana to the life pods. You also need this. Don't keep it loaded. You'll have to find ammo as you go. Good luck.
There he goes.
Yep. I like this. It's too bad he couldn't have done a full custom geo build and actually like really built the bridge of the ship, but that's asking so much.
Yeah, that would have been just absolutely insane.
That would have been like BAD Fluppy, I know you're watching this video. You need to build a a perfect copy of the Pillar of Autumn.
Oh, we got
because
some
I'm sure you have
demons over here.
Nothing more important to be doing with your time than fulfilling my silly requests. All right. Oh, got frag grenades.
Some of these, yeah, some of these imps are dropping weapons. I guess that is true to Halo.
Yeah.
You get their weapons after you kill them. It's been a while since I played Halo.
I know. I wonder how many people like play this map and then they just want to go back and play the original Halo again.
Oh, you only get 2 guns though.
Well, that is actually accurate. So, no, isn't there a way you can get 3? And it's on this level too, as I recall. There's actually a glitch where I think if you run into a certain area fast enough, you can end up with 3 weapons.
Oh. That'd be crazy if he had that in there too.
Yeah, that'd be just totally nuts.
Like the same glitch would be like
The same
cow.
glitch, yeah. The same Easter eggs. Where's the Meg Easter egg? Oh, ooh. Oh, grenade out. The Covenant on the landing above us.
We're making quick work of them though, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'd be almost tempted to say we could repel this invasion.
Yeah, we could almost turn it around here. Oh, you got the
They're not
chainsaw. Wow, okay. Our buddy there got the chainsaw.
Structural failure.
Oh, I can't get in there.
No. Oh, looks like we got another invasion party here. Grenade out. Oh, I think I know what part this is. This is when you're going through those really dark tunnels. Damaged by explosion. Oh, this is where you learn to beat a door down. Oh, he didn't have that part though. Life pod. Is this the life pod already? I guess this is the end then, huh?
Oh, that was quick.
Oh, nice. He's got the Pillar of Autumn shooting out towards the ring. Looking for more fun? You should try my other maps.
Well, that was a nice quick map.
Yeah. It was like a nice little stroll in the park.
I think with 3-player, we made that look way easy.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I bet single player it's more of a battle, but even then, I think it was never meant to be a hard map.
Maybe I haven't played this before, because I'm getting a chance to vote for it, and I'm definitely going to vote it up because I love Halo, and I love it when people make these kind of tributes. So single player, I think I want to change co-op to something else. Probably story. Maybe probably change single player as well to custom game mode.
Oh, geez, look
Novelty.
at this. Part-time,
Novelty.
part-time on this map is 6 minutes. Our time played, 6 minutes and 1 second.
Are you shitting me?
No. Damn, that was close.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, we got number 5,240th on the leaderboard.
That actually isn't very good.
Yeah.
Even if how many people played it, it's like, we could have done better.
It's not like I was going for a leaderboard run. We could have done more glory killing for sure.
Not only that, I bet the part-time had something to do with that.
Oh, probably. So that was Halo the Pillar of Autumn by SevXof. He's clearly from another planet where people's names are spelt differently. What did you think of the map, Friendly Fire? I certainly enjoyed it.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I mean, it was fun. It reminded me of the first level of Halo. I was kind of disappointed with how quick it went, but then again, the first level of Halo wasn't one of the longer levels, so I can't really complain too much about that.
Yeah.
I liked how it was true to the Halo with like them dropping their guns. That wasn't something that immediately registered with me, but then when I thought about it for a second, I was like, oh yeah, we're playing Halo, of course they're gonna drop their guns.
Right, exactly. It did seem to go awfully quick, but I mean, look at it. It's 100% memory used. So it's probably one of those things where he just... I mean, there are so many modules that get used in this map. I mean, blank modules, but nonetheless, I mean, I would honestly...
It was recreating the map.
That's the thing.
That was what he was doing.
I think he was literally recreating every sort of twist and turn as far as the map of the Pillar of Autumn, how that looks as far as, okay, you go down a corridor, you take a left, then you take a right, then you go straight, then you take a left and another right. I think he actually... I would not be shocked if this person literally sort of played the original Halo and mapped out, like on a piece of paper, all of the sort of hallways and corridors and literally recreated it scene for scene into the Snapmap, because I'll be honest, I definitely got the deja vus coming back playing this map. And I've played Halo Pillar of Autumn, the level that this is based on. I've literally played it probably 100 times, and that is probably underestimating it. It could be 1,000 times. Just to say how much of a Halo.
You played it.
Okay, let's put it this way. Halo, the original Halo, was the reason why I bought an Xbox.
So you're already a fan.
Were it not for the original Halo, I would have just stayed on PlayStation 2 and never made the switch. So yeah, I played the hell out of Halo. So I'm very familiar with all of the levels of the game, and that's why I can really appreciate what he did here. I really enjoyed, especially the beginning, how you go onto that teleporter pad, and that's supposed to be recreating the scene at the very beginning of the game where you get awoken from your cryo sleep, and they're sort of testing your vital systems and your armor, and just sort of like that whole waking up from cryo sleep sort of thing. And I like how he actually went through the detail of recreating that in this map too. So it was really nice. And then he even had the bridge of the Pillar of Autumn. Has certainly left a lot to the imagination with that, but I could definitely tell what he was going for. And yeah, there's just a lot of... Even the little explosions that happen on the ceilings as you're running through the corridors, they happen at about the same place and time as they do in the actual game. And that might seem like a silly thing to sort of notice and remember, but you got to keep in mind how many times I played the original Halo campaign. So yeah, I really do think that whoever made this map is an uber fan of the original Halo, and other fans of the series will definitely notice the detail and commitment to the source material that went into making this map.
All right. Do you want to get into favorite, least favorite?
Yeah, let's do it. Do you want to lead off?
Okay, my favorite thing about the map was how true it was to the Halo itself. For me, like, it's not like anything like really similar to like what we're used to in like most of the maps we play on Doom. But at the same time, I realize it's not really supposed to be a Doom map. He's making his own map out of just using the Doom editor, and he recreated this level, and I thought it was just spot on with how I remember playing the game. And it sounds easy to say that, it really does, but to actually make a map and have it have the same feel as another game is really difficult to do. It's extremely difficult to do. So the fact that he was able to make us feel like we were actually playing Halo to an extent,
Yeah.
that's what really got me, is like, this guy, he did a really good job making this map.
And that's a great point, because as much as you got to keep in mind, I really do think this map was made in the very earliest days of Snapmap. It says it was last updated in January 17, but I'm pretty darn sure that this map came out in mid 2016 when the game launched. So you got to keep in mind, this author wasn't probably designed the map without having the option to use a lot of custom geo tools. So when he was creating this map, he couldn't just sort of show you the first level of Halo. He had to really recreate the feel of the first level of Halo. And to me, I actually give that a lot more respect, because as much as it would have been interesting to see somebody recreate the custom geo of the first Halo and build, the bridge of the Pillar of Autumn and just make everything look the way it looked in the game, he was actually able to capture the sort of feel that you got from playing the first map, and that's really something to do. When you're just using
Is that your favorite thing about the map?
Well, that's your favorite thing, wasn't it? You're saying it was faithful to the faithful to the original. But yeah, I guess that's a different thing. So yeah, that would be my favorite thing, is that he was able to capture. This author was able to capture the sort of feeling that you got from playing the first level of Halo in a snap map. And when you're talking about just using blank modules, you got to keep in mind, this author was able to recreate the feeling of the first level of Halo using blank modules and some very, very basic tools. So the fact that the author was able to sort of recapture the essence of that first level of Halo in a very basic version of Doom Snap Map is really amazing. It just shows how much sort of attention to detail and sort of commitment to the source material that this author must have had when he originally built this level. This is someone obviously who's played the game many, many, many times, and I really appreciate that. I'm sure everybody who is familiar with the game and has played it as many times as I have appreciates every little detail that went into this map. So that was what I loved about it, just how somebody using the very minimal tools that were available at Doom launch, as far as what you could do with Snapmap, using no custom geo at all, really, except for some of the ending sort of cut scenes, like at the end where where it shows like the ring and the Pillar of Autumn, but using almost no custom geo at all, able to capture sort of that essence and that feeling. It really is something. So that was my favorite thing. What would you say your least favorite thing about the map was?
I mean, this is a hard map to critique in a unique way because it was never trying to be the best map it could. It was trying to be what something else was.
Right.
So if things that I didn't like, you'd almost have to revert back and be like, well, you didn't like it, then you didn't like the opening level of Halo.
Sure.
So,
well, and keep in mind, it did get close to 12,000 downvotes, so, you know, almost 12,000 people out there maybe just didn't get, like, maybe they never played the original Halo, or they didn't like something about it.
it was too short, I guess, if you really asked me what I did not like about the map. I felt like I was ready, I was picking up guns, you know, and then it ended, and, you know, obviously I wanted more, but it kind of ties back into why it's hard to really critique this map, because it is what it is. It's the first level of Halo. Like, it ends, you know. You know, it's
Yeah.
level 1, and it's true to like the traditional sense of levels, that it gets harder the higher level you get. So it's hard to critique the map for being what it is when that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, you really can't compare it to a regular Doom snap map because it wasn't trying to be. You just have to look at it for what it was and what it was going for. And yeah, and it does end super quick too. Like, that was one thing I noticed, and I was kind of bummed out about. I was like, oh no, it's already over. And you never really got that sense of a finale. Like in the way the original level ends, there's sort of this big fight that happens in like this long corridor where you get these grenades and you're throwing them, and there's these life pods that are all open, and I think there might even be a countdown. It's been a long time since I played it, but there was sort of a sense that you were at the end of the level, and I never got that with this map, where you got that sense that, okay, you're at the end, you're about to go into the life pods, the final battle. There was no, it felt like this map was missing a climax. So I guess that was my least favorite thing, is that not only did it end quickly, but it ended abruptly. Like, there was really no sense of peak tension, of climax and resolution. Like, you never felt like when the end of the map does happen, it's just a total shock. And it would have been better if something would have been done to sort of signal that you were close to the end, so that you could kind of not be taken off guard when the end of the map finally happens.
But at the same time, we played it 3-player, so we can't really say that playing it single player there wouldn't have been, because maybe there was an encounter where we all got some good shots in, and then it was over. But maybe it would have been more challenging with one player. I mean, that's the tough thing when you start throwing a lot of players in on a map is, I mean, I doubt this guy spawns different numbers, you know, and I can't even remember if Halo is even really too much different on the first level, to be honest. I mean, it's just not really a challenge.
Here's my feeling on that. Like, okay, you can say, like, well, we didn't play it single player, so maybe the experience would have been different single player. And to that I say, well, the map has been designed for co-op. The map has been specifically reworked to get co-op to work. So to the extent that the experience doesn't match up to having more players, or that the difficulty isn't there, or something is lost in the fact that we were able to play with multiple people, that's still on the author as far as I'm concerned. He enabled co-op, he pushed for co-op, he got his co-op going. If that unbalances the gameplay in some kind of way, that's, to me, I have no problem blaming the author for that.
Yeah, but then it kind of goes full circle into how, you know, it's hard to critique this map because it's level 1 of Halo. Like, it's never really, like, even when you had that fight scene, it was pretty, like, you know, like, it's almost like you're not used to using a controller, almost like you can still get through it, kind of thing. So it would have been interesting And who knows, maybe in the future we might try just to see what it's like. If there was like another level of Halo that was further down, where it's much more challenging, how that would be different. And I don't know if this author, I didn't really check all the maps he made. I don't know if he actually made the following levels or picked whatever level he liked best out of Halo and made a copy of that, or if it was just specific to just the intro.
It looks like he's only made the first level. But you know what? The reason why he did, I'm sure, is because that's the only level he probably could make with just the standard modules, you know, just hallways and corridors without getting too heavy into custom geo. I mean, theoretically, he could have made the library and some other later levels. But this is probably the first thing that came to mind when he looked at the Snapmap tools and he thought, I could do Halo with this. I mean, you couldn't really make the second level quite as easily, you know, where you're outside. Damn, how can I not remember what it is? The one where you first land on Halo and you've got those drop ships and you have to, like, take the bases and everything. Or even like Truth and Reconciliation.
To be fair, some of those maps are just so big that you couldn't really replicate them with. It would almost have to be like the first part of one of those levels, you know, because those levels, I mean, they're so huge that there's just no way. You could almost only do like the beach landing and then rushing up to like the first area that you run into. I think that's really as far as
Silent Cartographer would be a big mess if you tried to make that. Yeah, okay, so the first level where you're actually on the Halo ring is just called Halo. I just looked it up. You know, actually, I would almost be tempted to do that myself because there's a lot of that like, especially the scene where you're sort of coming in on the dropship.
I honestly bet you could do that pretty good.
Some people have claimed that I like to put dropships in my maps. I don't know, you know, what they're they might be right about that. You know, I've been known to put a dropship or two. So I could see making that dropship scene, especially starting out in the beginning of that map. And really, it's not a complicated map to make. I could probably do it. It would be a lot of custom geo. That's what it would be. Because you'd have the walls, you'd have that one like arch where like the first initial encounter is at, and you know, you could do it all. It'd be grid rooms, and you'd have to be like really careful where you decided to make your breaks in the map between like grid rooms and. Yeah, I mean, it would certainly not be a perfect reproduction by any means. But
you could make it realistic enough.
But yeah, it would be close enough. I mean, okay, look at this guy's map. I mean, this is by no means a perfect reproduction of the first level. It is a somewhat close approximation, but it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the beauty. Is like it doesn't need to be a perfect reproduction. It just has to sort of capture the feeling and the essence of that level. And that was my favorite thing, is that he actually did that. And you know, somebody else theoretically who wanted to make other levels of Halo could capture the essence and the feeling of those other levels without having to make them look, you know, quote unquote accurate or true to the game, as long as they're close. And I think you could make something that's close, I think.
I don't think you're obligated to try to do like a exact. I think that's
well, it's unrealistic.
You want to have it as close. Sure. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible to make it. It is impossible to make it exact, obviously, but it's not impossible to like have all the dimensions the same. But I feel like that's not really. You're getting too much into the details if that's what you're looking for. I think it's more just recreating the scene in general and trying to make it as true as feeling to the game.
Yeah.
That's one thing I did like about this, is that it felt true to the game. So I think doing like a realistic So wait a minute. We're getting off track here. So did you ever?
Well, we're not
Did
getting
you?
too off track because here's the thing. Like for somebody who thinks about making a reproduction of another level of another game that they like, and maybe they think like, oh well, that's so much custom geo work, and it would be such an undertaking, and how do I do this and that? Look at what this author did, trying to create the first level of the Halo game with basically nothing but very empty, uh, with very empty blank modules just connected together. You don't need to like do anything insane to reproduce just the feeling, and that's what people are after when they play these tribute maps. Is they just want to sort of re-experience the feeling and the essence of the map that it's based on, and that's what this guy proved, is that you can recapture that feeling without going crazy with custom geo, because look at what he did with basically nothing.
Yeah. So wait. So what is your least favorite thing about the map? I'm not sure if I caught it when you said it.
Oh, my least favorite thing about the map was just that it felt like it ended really abruptly. I think you said that the map ended quickly, or that there could have been more to it. My
Yeah.
feeling was that not only did it end quickly, but the ending came so unexpectedly. Like it was like, okay, you're battling, okay, the end. Like you get to the life pod and you put the core in the thing and you're done. And
It's almost true to like a level 1 though. That's the hard thing where it is coming up really complaining about that is it's level 1. What do you expect? You know, nobody dies on level 1 unless you've never played a video game before,
yeah.
you know?
Well, and to be fair, the first level of Halo does have something of an abrupt ending. Because it's not like in the first level of Halo there's a big boss Baron fight that just happens before you get to the dropships. It does feel a little sudden, to be fair, but I feel like there could have been something done in this map to sort of let the player know you're towards the end of the map, and maybe you could have something, a more of a dramatic fight, and you know, cue some more, change up the music, or show a cutscene, or do something to kind of just let the player know, okay, this is it, this is the end, this is the final battle. There was no climax to this map. It was just sort of flat as far as the action. And that's what I was really hoping that you could get, is some kind of a big climax where there's a final battle, and then you get the resolution of sort of taking off in your dropship, and then it would feel like you really earned it when you finished the map, and you didn't get that.
But then it wouldn't have been exactly true to the first level of Halo, though. I mean, maybe if you played on Legendary, I mean, maybe a little bit, but it's the first level, you know, so it's hard to like expect climax, especially because when everyone who played Halo, most of their time spent was on much more difficult levels of Halo, dying, reloading, trying to play through a section again. You know what I mean? So like, most people when they played Halo, they didn't spend all their time trying to beat the Pillar of Autumn. You know, at least, I hope they didn't.
Well, it depends on if you're playing on Legendary mode.
But even on Legendary, you can still get past the first level pretty easy.
Sometimes.
Well, I guess it all depends on who the player is. But, anyways, yeah, I think we did a pretty good review of this map.
All right, you want to call it?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, we don't. I feel like talking about this is more like starting a discussion over the difference between Doom and Halo, and
yeah,
I'm not really trying to talk about that.
This conversation could definitely wander into the wilderness if we wanted it to. So I think we should just stay on track and just sort of wrap it up here.
Yeah, we're just commentating on how we feel this map was made, and I think it was a very well made map for what it was. But it's always hard to judge something for what it is if it's trying to be what it is. You know,
Yeah.
it's like how do you judge a tree if it's a tree, you know? Well, it's true to being a tree. So I think in that extent that it fulfills everything that I expected playing Halo, the Pillar of Autumn.
Yeah.
the first level of the game. So for me, it's like I can't really say too much bad about it because it there are parts that could have been better. I felt like there could have been more effects. The effects weren't
Sure.
exactly on par with,
But
let's
I
say, the
think the author
actual.
I think the author had to make a decision there because he was obviously prioritizing having sort of the level layout take priority over having a lot of props and special effects and things like that going on. Because look at the
Yeah.
memory. He maxed out his memory. So it's not like
Uh, that
he
that
could
kind of
have
just
like added more details and it wouldn't have mattered. Like I think he made a decision like, well, I could do more decorations, or I could try to complete my path and make it true to the original level. And I think that's what he did. Because that's a lot of modules. There's a ton of modules in this map.
Yeah, I mean that just kind of falls into the category of what is limitations of the Doom snap map and obviously memory. I mean you know it from the second you start making a map, and soon you put something down, you see like you're running out of memory or objects and all that good stuff. And you can't really. I mean, if you max out, if you're trying to do what you're doing and you max out, and then it's still not as good as it. It gets really sticky when you start talking about that because it is. There's only so much you can do with Doom Snap Map in comparison to like a level on a game where the only thing about the game was playing the game. Obviously, the people who made the first level of Halo put a lot of time and effort into making it, so it is kind of falls
Yeah.
into, you can only do so much.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's call it, man. I'm ready to call it.
I know. So that was Halo, the Pillar of Autumn by. Do you want to just try to pronounce his name?
SevXof.
7-Up. Seven. The Halo Pillar of Autumn by some guy.
Yeah.
A classic. This is a classic map. I think almost everybody has played it or at least know of it. And I really like how we're able to sort of go back and revisit some of these classics and just sort of comment on all that they had to offer, even though, it was made back in, I think it was made back in 2016, but probably updated once or twice for early 2017. Still a fun map. It is a quick map. It'll leave you wanting
It says
more.
version 110, so it's
Yeah.
had quite a few revisions.
It leaves you wanting more. It makes you wish that this author had sort of somehow managed to sort of stick to his Halo theme and maybe tried to tackle on a few more levels. But what do you expect from one guy? Maybe some of us other people still doing the snap map thing should carry the torch on that one. But it was fun. I felt like it was very true to the original level of Halo. It definitely captured the spirit of the original Halo level. And we even got a an unexpected hitchhiker to join along with us in our playthrough. And he quickly jammed out after we beat the maps. He didn't stick around for the whole discussion, but that's fine. I'm glad we were able to get somebody to join us. It made things more interesting. And Halo, the Pillar of Autumn, combining two things that we all love, Halo and Doom. Which is funny because Halo was sort of inspired by Doom, and both Halo and Doom were inspired by aliens. But a fun map, definitely. If you're a fan of Halo and you haven't played this map, you gotta check it out at least once. You'll definitely catch a lot of the references to the game. I really enjoyed it, being a big Halo nerd, and it was just a lot of fun. Any final thoughts, Friendly Fire?
Oh, it's a fun snap map to play. I can tell now why it's gotten the plays it has. If you're not a big Doom fan, you probably won't appreciate it too much. If you're basing it off what you might be used to for like a co-op snap map. But for actually trying to play the first level of Doom and you appreciate, or not Doom, I mean Halo, you appreciate how true it was to the first level of Halo by playing this map. So it's a very good map, and if you like Halo and you like Snapmap, you should probably try it.
I couldn't say it better myself. Halo: The Pillar of Autumn. Check it out. So thanks for listening. If you have a map you'd like to recommend for us to play, and it needs to be a co-op map, go ahead and leave that in the comments below with a map ID, and we'll certainly get to playing it. And thanks for listening. Until next time, peace out.